sharp blade.
What's going on? Welcome to another Subie Shaves video with me on a beautiful day. Hashtag Team All Blade and hashtag No Blade Left Behind. Come on in, throw me a Subie smile, and all I gotta say is squad goals. Thank you for being here, for clicking in today's video, and for joining me. Hopefully wherever you're tuning in from, you've got something cold in your hand, you're sitting in a comfy chair, and you're ready for a shave. I know I could use one. I have just over 3 days of growth, and I'm really excited because we're gonna be shaving it off, talking about the Subie Shaves project collaboration with the Proof team. This is our personal channel, single edge, dynamic, pretty modified, right? Completely re-envisioned Proof razor, and it has come to a close. The project is now finished, and we're going to be talking about kind of everybody's general reception, the thoughts, some of the feedback I've received from users that have purchased the razor, and the fact that it is for sure 100% going, and gone. It is sold out. It's over the bleachers. At this point, we have a home run product that has completely sold out. I want to just take 2 seconds before everybody leaves the video and just say thank you so much to everyone that has jumped in and has supported the collaboration, that has been following the project and that supported the project and purchased one of these razors for your personal daily shaving or weekly shaving for that matter needs. I am so excited because the product took so much energy and so much effort and so much envisionment and like so much creativity as we sat down with the Proof team. Lots and lots of hours of collaboration, Zoom meetings. There was a lot of effort that went into the redesign and retooling and recreation of their razor to modify it to where I felt like the feedback on our channel and the things that I've heard people say they wanted would be, encompassed and provided and introduced. And right, we had a lot of people reach out and say, I want it shorter, I want it thicker, I really want it chunkier and grippier. I want the thing to be able to feel really comfortable and ergonomic, and also maybe a little bit smoother if possible. Right, this is good. Could it get better? And I really feel like what we've done here with the black anodized product here, it's a full aluminum anodized razor. I think we've done something really special, and I'm so excited to kind of talk about it. Go a little bit more into depth about the project and talk a little bit about the reception I've had and some of the things that I've seen, posted. Oh, it's going to be a phenomenal shave. Huge shout out to everyone again that has supported that and has been a part of it. It's been something I've been really excited and passionate about over the last about 7-8 months. We're also going to be diving in head first, as you know I like to say, with Valley of the Ashes from Southern Witchcraft. If you've never smelled this is one of those unobtainium ones. It's really hard to get your hands on, and it's a scent for me that is so unique that it's absolutely worth chasing. It smells a little bit like Midnight Stag for everybody out there that knows what that one is. This smells a little bit like the Chiseled Face. It's got that gasoline, it's got the charcoal, it has unburnt oil in there. But what really sets this one apart for me is that this has more of a floral fragrance. It has a component to it that actually enhances the scent. It has a little bit of I would say a nicer finish as far as on the nose. It's kind of funny because everybody that knows the Midnight Stag scent, it's either for you or not for you. It smells like, as my buddy Rex used to say, race car guts. It smells like you've been out in the garage, wrenching on your project and bashing your knuckles, looking for your 10 mil. It's exactly what it smells like to me. I really like this a lot. It smells very, I would say to me, familiar, and it brings back a lot of good memories of working in the car, working in the shop, and kind of spending the time in wrenching. And that kind of reminded me of the project with the Proof team, and I just wanted to use it. I just one call out really quick is that the splash too, I really kind of think is cool because it's like this like milky substance, and it produces a ton of hydration, and even years later has a lot of projection. I can tell you that much. I can smell it from the hallway down the hallway. It's really great. The lather on the soap today, I was kind of curious about because it is an older soap, how it would generate, and we did that in the LEAFSHAVE shave bowl with the Yaqi Subie, and this is their stone brush, I believe. It's a really beautiful brush. Got it a few years ago. It's still holding up absolutely phenomenal, and it paints on absolutely gorgeous. It's really hydrated, really thick, and it's a soap lather from Southern Witchcraft that's all vegan based. So I really, really like this. I like the everything that it kind of produces as far as glide, richness, density, and protection is all phenomenal. Really great soap from a long time ago. That just makes me think, wow, all the time that we put into doing things here, and what it's come to the close with, right? As we continue down the journey, it's really cool to see that this is where it went to with our own collaboration with a razor brand that I have absolutely loved from the day I saw it over on Kickstarter, right? From the moment we saw one of these release, right? This is their first generation that I was so happy with, right? I was always talking about, and I was always trying to get people to try it out because it was so unique and it had so many advantages over what was currently being sold on the market, and that they actually reached out and they sent me like a logoed version, which was really cool. I had a lot of people say, I want one of those. And what I said is I would love to one day be able to offer something with our stamp on there, right? For everybody here that supports the idea of shaving outside the box. I worked with Proof starting about August, and it went from let's get something going to really moving quickly. We knew we wanted to do the genuine bison leather, beautiful wrap. We wanted to have our own logo on there. It does have a space inside of that for your stand, which is really nice. And then we kind of started doing some tinkering with design. And here you can see this is one of the plastic prototypes. And for all of you at home that are holding this razor in your hand, I wanted to show you kind of where that came from. This is just a rapid prototype design. You can see here very lightly where we were kind of trying to conceptualize the idea of having little cutouts, where it would be the best to have the grip lines. All of that was just kind of being thought through, and I actually ended up having severe heart problems. I had 2 heart procedures over this last year, and during that I just refused to quit on the project. I was actually in the hospital, and I told my wife, I said, go get that razor. It's in the mail. They just shipped it to me. I'll do all the shaving and testing inside the hospital. So I'll have some photos going, but my commitment to the project has always been number one, right? I've always been really dedicated to producing and getting this created for everybody here, and so that everyone's thoughts and feedback could be thrown into a razor like this, something that really has a lot of grip, that has a more natural ergonomic feel to it, that has a slightly different angle on the head. I didn't want to create something with their team that just only looked different. I wanted it to shave different, right? It's 32-ish% different in as far as the weight goes versus this variation, right? This is their standard whiskey razor. So it's 30% or 32% heavier. It's slightly shorter. It is wider, and it's definitely grippier. And all those kind of things play into the fact that we've also added a slight, a slight curve to the handle, and also added more material and a slight different angle on the head cap that meets your skin with this cap. Now you can swap the caps back and forth with this variation, and I've had some people reach out, and we'll start shaving as we're talking about the feedback I've received. I've had some people reach out and say either they love the razor as is with the Subie, but I've also had some people reach out and say that they have been switching the caps back and forth and have had some phenomenal shaves just using the Subie Shaves cap with the V2 razor, right? Or we'll call it the V2, the most current generation razor, where they have switched it over and have been trying out the new cap angle with that other handle design, right? With their more standard whiskey design. And that is one of the things that I was really hoping that the Proof team would eventually do for us, similar to how like a DE razor blade from the Rockwell works, where you switch the plate out. What you would do is you just switch your cap out. You'd have an aggressive cap, you'd have a mild cap, and you'd have a medium cap, right? And that would let people kind of tailor the shave to their preferences. And I think what the real big difference was is the Proof wasn't sure that idea would work, right? Do people want to switch the caps around? So this was the first time they had offered a different level of aggressiveness or a blade fill version of their cap. The efficiency is about the same, to be honest, but it's all the other tweaks that make the razor feel a little smoother. It makes it feel a little more efficient. And honestly, it's because you're able to achieve this angle on the skin consistently, right? It never lifts off the skin with with the change in the handle. I really like it. One of the, I would say, brand advocates for our channel and for the Proof team in general has been Hector. Huge shout out to my buddy Hector. He's been doing a ton of shaving, a ton of testing. He's been texting me every day. He uses the razor. He was on his 7th shave with this, and he said that he's not had a single bit of irritation, no post-shave problems. He's tried several different blade brands, and he said overall, it's one of the razors in his den that has failed to give him like a bad shave, right? It's consistently performed, and he said he prefers this over all the other models. Another user that bought the razor has been pretty loud about it is Mike, a fellow subscriber here, and somebody that loves Proof, right, has bought all the other ones, was actually hesitant to buy ours. I know that he waited a little bit to buy ours, and he actually reached out and goes, well, I guess they still have them, so I'll pick one up. And I know he's been testing it, and he goes, well, now I like this one the most. This one definitely has a different skin feel to it. It's more mild as far as the actual initial skin feel, but then I would say it's more efficient through the swipe because it actually stays more close to my skin and consistently performs at the angle that is optimal for the razor itself. And that's just based on my testing. I know that Melly Mel, somebody that I really I appreciate, somebody I look up to, somebody that I take notes from when I do reviews, right? Melly Mel shaves. If you've never seen his material, go check him out. This is somebody that is a pro when it comes down to producing wet shaving content that's consistent, that's honest, that's transparent, that's really clean and straightforward. Melly Mel does a fantastic job, and he reached out and said, he had tried the original and wanted to try this version out if it really was all that different. And I told him, I said, listen, this is a razor. I would stake my name on it, right? I would stake putting my name right across the handle here. That's a huge risk for us, right? That's a massive risk. That's how much I believe that it has an improvement, and it really, I would say, I think, our own kind of approach to the razor and the design. It's something I had been looking for years, and I told him, I said, this is a razor I searched for, I couldn't find, so we collaborated, we made with the Proof team, and I think we've designed something that's really outstanding. And on his review, it was funny because of the first swipe, and I just have to call this out because he sticks it like this. He goes, oh, I gotta enjoy this. And he goes silent. He actually goes silent because just the concept of having something that is pivoting on your skin that's performing as good as a standard 3-piece DE razor, right? That's pretty impressive. I would say it's as far as when you talk to purists, somebody that only believes in the 3-piece design, for them to pick something up like this that's completely out of the box, that's completely different, that operates at a totally different skin fill, that has a dynamic angle to it, right? That offers some different advantages that are more modern. Most of the time, those people are kind of hesitant. They're a little less likely to adopt as far as putting it into I would say daily rotation, because they're just used to the 3-piece design. And Melly Mel did call that out. He said he does still appreciate a slower shave, that the 3-piece design forces him to slow down. But take a look at this. I mean, this is what this razor offers, and why I was such a brand advocate for the brand. And I really could see something like this really being a standout. One of the things that really, I would say, makes Proof for me the perfect single-edge dynamic pivoting razor is not only it's easy to load, right? I love the fact that it's super easy to load, but on top of it being easy to load is that you can apply quite a bit of pressure and not have irritation, no cuts, no dings, and no bleeding. It's not going to be quite as close because the razor is actually going to have a little bit of safety mechanism to lift off your skin, right? Which is what you want if you're a new wet shaver. So I love the idea that this is going to make it so that wet shaving, DE, safety razor shaving is approachable for all skill levels. But say you're like a pro like Melly Mel, you've been searching for a single edge razor that is going to perform like your DE razor. It's going to give you the same shave. It's going to be a little bit faster, right? A little bit more efficient as far as getting to that correct angle every single swipe. But on top of that, right, it's still going to give you that post-shave BBS, absolutely flawless, shiny, soft surface. It does it all. I'm telling you this much, it does it all. It's sold out, and I reached out to the guys over at Proof. I toasted them. I congratulated them on a successful product run, and they actually told me, and I'm not sure how much detail I'm allowed to go into here, but I'm just going to be straight honest here. This is our channel. It's our channel time. We're going to be honest. That they told us that they were really impressed with how quickly our razor sold out and the generation of interest that the razor had based on just what we talked about here on channel. And what that means, and I just really want to call that out, is that our channel has real people that are interested in the craft, people that are actually daily shaving their heads and looking for the product that's going to match their daily routine. And I just want to really stress the fact that that's really important to me, that this isn't just vapor likes and tons of fake AI kind of generated interest, that this is really a channel for people that enjoy the craft, enjoy wet shaving, and that want to continue to share the shave, and they aren't restricted to just one style. And I think that's really cool. It's what I've always talked about here, the hashtag Team All Blade mentality, right? All blades, all types, all razors, all accepted, and all tried out with transparency, honesty, and with an open mind. And I just really appreciate what they've done over at Proof. I think it's been phenomenal. I think it's been a fantastic several years, and I love that I'm able to do this without any effort whatsoever, right? It doesn't take skill. I am sad to say that after talking with them, it probably isn't going to be a project that continues. I have had some people reach out and say, Subie, I'm really sad. I missed the product. When is a re-release? When are we talking a redrop? And I'm really sorry and sad to say that this probably won't happen again. And the main reason, and I want to be really clear about this, is because there are other collaborations that are waiting to be done. And on top of that, they have other collaborations that are already done that want other restocks. And they only, can turn out so many razors and just what they can do. So they told me, they'll do their best. Eventually we can try to talk about it, but it's going to be a long time down the road, if at all. And I'm really proud to say that even if it never happens again, that we actually accomplished getting our own design, something that shaves very unique, very specific, and that is really designed and focused around head shaving, right? Something that's going to fit in your tight spots, something that's going to be a little bit more mild while still having a lot of efficiency that has no problems knocking it down, that really can perform to the needs of everybody here, or at least from what I've seen feedback wise, right? Most of the time, I'd say 90% of the time, what people are looking for is an offset razor that has a lot of performance, especially with the single edge razor where you can't control the angle. You really want that to be a smooth, comfortable angle, but still produce a lot of punch. And that's what we went for. And we added the ergonomics, we added that little bit thicker, heavier handle, and just a little bit shorter to make it easier for us dome shavers or short guys with really tight spots on our necks. Love the razor, and again, massive thanks and huge shout out to all of you that supported what we did. I am so proud of that. I can't tell you how much I appreciate everyone standing by the channel and working with us as things happened over the last year that were challenging and difficult, and I'm so happy to say we're just moving forward and we're doing it with the Subie Shaves collaboration razor, and hopefully everybody out there that loves this as much as I have has the chance to get down there on the comment section and let us know so everyone else can see what their thoughts are. Huge shout out again. Thank you so much for being here. Until I see you for our next Subie Shaves video, I'm gonna enjoy a beautiful shave, and I'll see you for our next one. Subes